Good afternoon, everyone. This is Brad Matheny. It is still morning out here in California, 11:27 in the morning. Today's SPY flat down pattern, let me show it to you, is right here on the 7th in trend mode, flat down, has played out beautifully. Yesterday's top resistance played out very well. You can see here's yesterday's trend. Let me get my draw tool back. And you can see here's our top resistance setting up like that. Beautiful into the end of the day. That's exactly what a top resistance pattern should look like. Here's our flat down pattern, a little bit more down than I had expected, but it's coming in perfectly. We're running right across support here, which I just highlighted to my subscribers that we are looking at support in this area. This would be 520 on the SPY roughly. And we're looking for this support to maybe turn into a bit of a slight recovery back up into this area, possibly 523, 524, which would make for a very nice flat down day given where we were at yesterday. A nice little drift, a nice little rotation back to the upside. Tomorrow we have the Harami line, and the Harami line is an inside pattern. It's a Japanese candlestick pattern. What we're looking at with the Harami line pattern setting up for tomorrow is really some potential volatility, I think. I think because we're nearing a flag apex, I think we're going to see some volatility, maybe an upper gap, maybe a rally up into this 530, 536, 537 area, followed by some rotation, maybe back down in the 519, 520 area, followed by a move back into an area very close to the opening price area. So, what this would look like on a candlestick would be something like this with a very small body like this. A Harami inside bar within this range. So that's what tomorrow may look like, kind of a rolling pattern. And really, this should move over here to the 8th, and this should move over here, and this should move over here. Basically, setting up kind of a pattern that looks similar to that. It would be a large doji. While we have time, let's go take a look at gold. Remember, I mentioned gold would be setting up a nice solid base. And remember, these tools are the tools that I've been working on: the pressure exhaustion divergence system and the wave pressure indicator, getting a good solid roll into gold right down where I talked about this morning. 2430 is right where I talked about to look for support. It looks like a beautiful move back here to the downside. And there goes my Discord. Hard to get rid of that when the messages are rolling in, but looking like support would be setting up in this area. Come on. I wonder why I can't draw. Let's come back here. There we go. Try to draw. There we go. Right around this area is going to be decent support for gold. And I think because we are moving into this flagging formation, if you can see this, so again, got a lot of stuff drawing here. Let me, because this was from earlier today, let me get rid of these drawings and start over. What we have is a very solid flagging pattern, kind of coming across here and coming across here. Okay. So you can see this flagging is setting up. Come down to this low, rallied here, got a nice solid rotation up, up to this area. Okay, I'm gonna have to probably reset the system. So coming up to A, down to B, up to C, down to D, rolling into E, looking for a move up to 2550 or so. Going to be a very solid move for gold. This 2430 area gives you a very solid buy range. Really, really quite a powerful move right here. And I've done a couple of videos on this already. I think gold's looking for a big move up to 25.50, maybe 26.50 here setting up. So get ready, folks. This is your zone for trying to prepare for this next big move, which should be over the next 5, 6, 7 days. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's trying to find some support, really struggling off of these lows, coming back off of this deep, deep low. But we have got quite a bit of higher price ranges here. Let me go to hourly. And you can see the trending when it gets set up here. You can see that we're in modest bullish trending, just rolled to the downside. Bitcoin is still struggling, folks. That 55, 5,600 area. This is the area where we found support a couple weeks back and tried to rally back out of it. I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin still attempt to form support in this area and rally back out of it. So, just going to take probably a bit of a bounce here to try to move back out of it and move higher. I still think Bitcoin moves to 90 grand or higher. And what we're looking at, if you pay attention to the trending, so we've had trending come all the way down across these rejection levels, cleanly off this rejection level here. And now we're looking for the potential of a support zone, maybe coming across this area and setting up some sort of apexing support. So we are flagging, and Bitcoin, we'll see how it plays out. We could obviously see a deeper low coming back down into this area, setting up some sort of a extended flag, maybe from this area across this area here, carrying this mode all the way out, roughly down to there. So be aware, we have still some work to do with Bitcoin. And otherwise, we're holding up pretty good. So I'll go back to the SPY. Markets are doing exactly what I predicted. The flat down pattern is very solid right now. It's rolled downward. Let's go back here to 30-minute. It's rolled downward very cleanly. Actually, we'll go back here to 10-minute. There's our rolling down. There's our top pattern from yesterday. The patterns are realigning very well, and that's because we've moved away from that panic mode. Remember, when news or outside event hits, the SPY cycle patterns won't operate in alignment with price. Prices, think of it as a normal day. You get up, you go do your thing. If nothing crazy happens, you don't get into a massive accident, nobody's had a heart attack, nobody's bleeding, the Bank of Japan doesn't come out and destroy the yen carry trade with a surprise rate hike, or there's no massive war that breaks out, or anything that creates a crisis or a panic event, then these patterns will typically operate within a 75 to 85% accuracy range. But if the markets move into some crazy panic mode, then you must understand that we could get into a very different type of price structure, because once that panic hits, we're going to be looking at a totally different market event, because panic is now driving price instead of normal price cycles. So we're looking for a bottom here on the SPY. We're looking to hold support over here in this area. Could still move a little lower here into the end of the day, but I think we're going to hold support and probably try to come back up a little bit to 523, maybe 522 and a half, maybe area. You can see this is a channel support here and rejection here. So I think we're going to find a little support and roll back up into the close. It may be the last 20, 30 minutes of the close, but we'll see how it holds up. But this is the area I think we're really looking for support right now. And again, the next 7 to 8 days could be very powerful. Okay. They could be very powerful moves to the upside for the SPY and for gold. All right, guys. Talk to you later.